do break it down and then overall?
Um, we can do break it down and overall. We can do that.
Okay.
All right. In case y'all are watching and shit like that on Reg Reviews, I'm doing a surprise review with my homegirl Lashea, aka Think Different TV.
You
You know
keep
what I'm
saying
saying?
Lashea is Lashea. Say it with
Lashea,
me.
Lashea.
Lashea.
My apology, Lashea,
Listen, we gonna duke it out after this. All right. Me and Reg, we listen. The fight has already been set up. I will be selling tickets very soon on Ticketmaster. Get them while they
we
hot and fresh. Okay. Get a good seat to see me whoop his ass. All right.
ain't nobody whooping ass to nobody.
Listen. It's gonna happen. You call me Lashea one more time. You gotta put that E Lashea. I know it
It's
may
my
look like it's spelled weird or whatever, but y'all can see right there, Lashea. And then y'all can follow me on IG at Lashea Star. There
all
you go.
right. Lashea. You know, it's my African accent. You gotta forgive me. You gotta forgive me.
Sure. What part of Africa? What's your
Families from Sierra Leone.
oh mm. Look, we got some comments going on. Hey everybody, what's up, Q Smooth? What's up, Christian? What's up, Movie Corner and Rants? What's up, Mike?
What's good?
Um, Dad, what you know what? And they're already asking where Try is. Where is Try? We don't know. We don't know. This is something we just did on the fly.
Yeah, this is literally a surprise review.
Yeah, this is a surprise review. Only because I asked Reg, can we please review Toni Braxton's album because it is the 30th year anniversary and I love her, love her, love her. So I was like, we have to do it. All right. So let's start with song number one. Another sad love song. The writers Babyface, Daryl Simmons, and the producers were L.A. Reid, Babyface, and Daryl Simmons. And the length was 5 minutes, 1 second. You want to go first?
You can go first. It's your turn. You can go first.
All right. Whew, what a way to start off an album. What a way. I just, first of all, I'm a big fan. This was the album that made me say I want to start writing. I want to start being an R&B artist. This was the album that kickstarted everything. So I didn't know what to expect. When my dad had this album in his CD booklet and I took it out, I didn't know what to expect when I popped it in. But the very first song, oh my gosh, from the composition, the music, the produce, everything, her vocals on it, absolutely phenomenal. And I'm not just saying that because I'm a big fan, but even like technically and everything, like she plays anyway. So I just love this song. Another Sad Love song is just the song for me. Great way to start off the album.
I definitely agree with you about that. You know what I'm saying? Definitely album, it definitely had that quintessential baby face production and everything, his production and songwriting, as I should say. Toni Braxton ate her vocals up. Definitely a nice way to kick off the album.
It was something about it was a format. It was like an A B format. It was like, chorus, verse, where it's like the typical format of a song.
Right.
And I actually, when I started writing songs, I wrote every song like that. It had to have a bridge. It had to have like all those changes in it, or it wasn't a complete song to me. So the songs that I wrote were definitely like over 5 minutes. There was a lot involved with it. But the thing I love about this song too, even with it being at 5 minutes, which nowadays songs are like 3 minutes tops. The thing
Right.
about her songs is that even though it was 5 minutes long, it still kept you engaged the entire 5 minutes. Like her ad libs, everything. Amazing, amazing, amazing. All right. So here we go. We're gonna go to number 2.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Breathe Again. Breathe Again was written solely by Babyface. The producers were Reed, Babyface, and Simmons, and the length was 4 minutes, 29 seconds. Breathe Again. It actually had a different format as far as how it was done. So she kicked it off with the she did kick it off with the with the hook. And then she came in with the verse, then the hook, then the verse. And I don't think there was a bridge. There wasn't a bridge in this song. But she did climax, like she did hit a climatic moment in the second verse. Like the part when she's like, "Now would die if you decide." No, that's the first part. And I would die if you decide you won't see me again. Like she hit like that climatic moment in the second verse. And then we're gonna forever see you. And then she brings it back down. But it's like the hook comes in and then she just kind of ends in with the hook just in and out perfectly. Never hear love you, never made love. She did her ad, never made love, please, 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 understand. And then at the end, she had just like this, breathe, breathe again. Whoa. Like how she ends it. Oh my God. And the only reason why I'm singing this because I can't play it or I'm gonna get flagged. So I have to do my best Toni Braxton type-esque, but how she ends it and then she like breathes at the end. It's like, oh my God. So she's very expressive. Like she really knows how to take the song, take the words, and use actual, like she was breathy in the song, and she also like that ending was everything. I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, you good. You good. Yeah, Breathe Again. Definitely another nice ballad from Toni Braxton and everything like that. It's crazy how she just started this whole album off, and the first two songs just perfectly describes her sound, if that makes sense too. You know what I'm saying? But I don't like the video to this song. I feel like the video was very.
There's two videos for it though.
Oh, she had two videos.
There's two videos. There was the European version, and there was the American version.
Oh, wow.
And I think the Breathe Again. Now, there was one where she was kind of like running through a maze.
That's the one I don't like. Nah.
Yeah, there was one she was running through a maze, and then there was another one where she's like in front of a screen. Everybody was doing that. Actually, Rihanna recently she had a song. I think it was Work. Where was it? Yeah. Work? Was it that one? I think it was that song that she had two videos for, because overseas at the time, there was a certain image that they wanted to put out there for their people that didn't fall in line completely with how we are here in America. So, but they still loved her music. So they was like, if you could do two different videos that appease both sides of the coin, then we'll do that. So there was a lot of that. It was a lot of artists creating two different videos for the same song. You just had to type in if you want the European version or if you wanted the American version. I don't know if you knew that, Reg. I hope I taught you something today.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did. Because I was like, I never knew there was two videos for this. Okay.
So, any more on number two?
Yeah, very good song. Definitely a highlight of mine too.
All right. 7 whole days. All right. 7 whole days is the third. Listen, wait, because I'm already hyped. So 7 whole days was the third cut on the album. It was written by Babyface and Antonio Reed. The producers were Reed, Babyface, and Simmons, and the length was 6 minutes 22 seconds. And I honestly don't even feel like. Let me tell you, when I'm reading the times of these songs, I don't be believing it because I feel like it just be coming on and then it just be going off because I'm so thoroughly entertained throughout the whole song. I don't even realize that it's that long. Because that's like 2 songs nowadays. 6 minutes and 22 seconds. That's a long time. But
Right.
7 whole days. Let me tell you about this song and the video. I'm gonna couple it with the video. So, first of all, the story behind it, the story, not in real life, but the story of the song. Amazing. All right. She's pretty much talking about how it's 7 whole days and I don't hear anything from you. But we're supposed to be in a relationship. How is that working out? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it was a part where she was like, sugar, sugar. If you knew anything about sweet, you would have kept talking to me. Oh, every day, 7 days a week. Baby. You should have been giving me a little more time, but you were just much too busy. Oh, abusing me, using me. Like, and then even like there was the verse, and then there was like the little falling part, and then she even had a bridge. And now I realize why the song was so long, because it was like the verse, then it was like the little falling part where it's like, could have had about anything, what a bunch of mess it up. Ooh, you had to be tough. And then it goes into the you're wrong, dead or wrong. Tell me how. Like everything, like even the bridge, deep in my heart, you were number one to start. But then you changed, you threw my heart away. Told you for real that you were running things. Like from the beginning, oh my gosh. From the beginning of the song, and then let's talk about the video too. Or do you want to talk about the song first, and then we can go into the video?
You can, yeah. I can give my thoughts on the song. We can talk about the video too and stuff.
So the video. What's up, Ray Sean? What's up, Q Smooth? Oh, thank you, Q Smooth. So 7 whole days. The video. She managed to have her sisters in the background singing the Blue. Okay, 7 whole days was the very first video I saw on TV. Very first video ever in my life that I can remember back to. So I just remember the Blue, and then this beautiful woman being in the forefront. And then it wasn't until years later that I realized that it was her sisters that were backing her up on the stage. Mm-hmm. But I just love, like, it's kind of like the Keena Ivory Wayans thing. Like Keena Ivory Wayans brought his family with him every step of the way. And that's kind of like what Toni did, because Toni is the oldest, even though her sisters tower over her. Rest in peace to Tracy Braxton. But they all tower over her, but she's the oldest sister out of all of them. And did you know they have a brother?
Yeah,
They have a
I think he
they have
appeared
a
on the
brother named
show.
Michael. Yeah, they have a brother named Michael. So it's so 7 whole days was definitely had me in my feels. Um, I'm sure back then women were like, when they was like, this is relatable because they probably had a man that was not there 100% of the time and went days without. But 7 whole days, I'm sorry, if a man leave me for 7 whole days, I already got a new man like after day 3. So it's but but definitely that's the song right there. Like hands down. Go ahead.
This is actually my favorite song on this album, believe it or not. You
Mm.
know, yes, literally my favorite song on this album. Might be a top 5 Tony song in my personal opinion. You know what I'm saying? Because for one, I felt like with this song right here, it definitely had like a lot of jazz overtones to it. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
Especially with like
Mm.
um, breaking like a 7 whole day, dun, dun, like right as the song starts, it just already gravitated towards me. And like the Braxtons, they made an appearance on a video. I believe they also did backing vocals on this song too. You know what I'm saying? So that's another unique thing about this track, and yeah, Tony, honestly, Tony definitely, this might be my favorite song vocally on this album as well too. So that's
Mm.
definitely a favorite song of mine, and the video is very dope. I love it.
So we're gonna move. We're good. We're gonna move on to number 4.
Move on. I'm ready.
All right, Love Affair. Love Affair was written by Tim Thomas and Ted Bishop. They produced the song as well, and it was 4 minutes 28 seconds. Just to give y'all an idea of what Love Affair was about. Love Affair is not her having a love affair. It's actually telling someone that she's not going to have a love affair with someone else, and pretty much curving the dude that's trying to talk to her. It starts off, don't want a love affair, and then she goes on, before we go any further, think that I should let you know I got a boyfriend, and I would hate to do anything to hurt him. So my loyalty I'll show. Don't want to cheat on him. Like, yeah. So, just to give y'all an
Okay.
idea of where Love Affair is. You are you amazed by how I could just kind of like channel?
Oh
I
yeah.
have to channel my inner Toni. so, so Love Affair, I think is one of those great songs that thank you, Rayshawn. I think that Love Affair was also very good at like storytelling. She's pretty much telling this dude off, but she's telling him in a nice way, like, listen, I got a man. All right. Because remember what she had to come back with. Remember that other song? I got a man. What your man got to do with me? I got a man. I'm
Yeah,
not
I
trying to
got it,
hear
man.
that.
I
See,
ain't trying to
got
hear
a
that.
man. So,
Yes.
so it's like a
Boston
good
King.
juxtaposition where she's actually like she's telling him like, listen, you're a nice guy, but she's trying to break it to him gently, like, listen, I'm not interested. I have somebody. Even if I didn't have a man, I wouldn't be interested. Not saying there's anything wrong with you, but I'm just not, not looking for you. Like, so yeah, Love
Yep.
Affair I really loved, and uh it was a part that really got me. She was like, can't believe that you can't believe that you would stay. You still would have respect in the morning. I just couldn't respect myself. Oh no, babe. Like that part right there, I was like, damn, that was deep. She like can't well, she didn't write, but Tim and Ted, they're like, can't believe that you would say you still would have respect in the morning when I couldn't respect myself. So she's like, you really trying to say, like, you really trying to say that we can do the do and you still gonna respect me? I know you lying. I know you fucking lying because I wouldn't be able to respect my damn self if I stepped out on my man. So yeah, I listen. Love affair, love, love, love. What's up, Cruz? Cruz is in the building.
Yeah, you basically took the words out of my mouth when it came to Love Affair. Definitely a very, 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 very polished song that she's done. Again, her soprano vocally did a thing with this one and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, she definitely was all like, she's basically saying, it's not that kind of party, so just keep it moving. You know what I'm saying? So definitely a very highlight song. Honestly, when it comes to this album, and I'm just going to say it before we go to the next one. I feel like the non-babyface songs, I'm just going to say it right now, the non-babyface songs kind of get swept under the rug in my personal opinion, but that's neither here or there. That makes sense.
It makes a lot of sense because people would have you believe that Babyface wrote the entire album by himself when there were a lot of other great writers on this album.
Exactly.
And you're absolutely right. And then I do notice that, but what I will say is, even though there was different writers, what they did a great job of doing was capturing Toni's essence. So that there was a nice flow,
Right.
and it didn't seem like she was all over the place on this album, even with it being different writers.
I agree.
So yeah, like the next song, next actually after this one, it's like two more songs. Well, we'll go through it. Oh, snap! What happened to Reg? I'll wait till you get back on. But how y'all doing? Welcome to my channel. I am Lashia of Think Different TV, which is every Monday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, 6 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, and 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I'm eating sushi right now because I'm hungry. And I really didn't eat nothing all day. I literally just did my show. And I ordered my sushi before my show. It got here. Then I couldn't really eat it. Put it in the refrigerator. And then now I'm doing the show. But I want to give a shout out to my sponsor. My sponsor is Euphoria Water. And I'm going to do it like this.
Go drink water and mind my business. Drink water and mind my business. I go drink water and mind my business. Drink water and mind my business.
All right, so right now we're doing the TDTV and Reg Reviews exclusive of review of Toni Braxton's debut album, self-titled debut album. It is the 30th anniversary. It was released on July 13th, 1993. And we're still waiting for Reg to come in here. But because I don't want to go on without him. Sure. Ray Sean. Let me take in post comment. All right. So we are doing the review. Reg is back. Hey, Reg.
Hey, my fault. My stupid laptop had an issue and it kind of messed me up, but I'm good now.
All right, we're back at it. So let's are we good with the song Love Affair?
Yes, we're good with that one.
All right, so we're gonna go to number 5, which was Candlelight. Candlelight is definitely a setting the mood type of song. Um, so let me see if I remember how it goes. Let me remember that name. The verse, it starts off with the hook. No, it so it starts off with a little bit of ad libs. It didn't go do the hook yet. The verse comes in lonely in bed at night, and it never feels right. I toss and turn each night till the morning light, and just the thought of you since she heals up and down my spine. And then candlelight, it makes it special. Seeing you on a rare occasion. Candlelight, a special night. Seeing you is a sweet sensation. So it's written by Gaylord D. John Barnes. It was produced by Reed, Babyface, and Simmons, Daryl Simmons, and the cut was 4 minutes and 36 seconds long. Here we go. Once again, another song that kind of is crazy. Like Love Affair goes off. It goes off, and it's her telling this guy, like, listen, I'm good. I got a man. And then Candlelight is like, I got a man, and this is what I do for him. We're gonna set the mood with this candlelight. You feel me? I really love this song. Because it's different. It's a different feel. And however, the bridge to me always seemed kind of weird how it came in. I I don't know. I don't know how to explain it, but I just every time I think about how the bridge comes in, it's like my love for you never fade away. I'll save a special spot for you, babe. Always. It's like how it comes in is a little weird to me because it's like it's real calm, relaxed type of song, and then boom, the bridge is like really like. But I still love the song. But I'm just saying, like, as a writer and as a singer myself, I just be like, how that came in. It gave me weird vibes, like Alicia Keys' song, Butterflies. Like how her joint came in, it was like, you had butterflies, give me butterflies, got me flying so high in the sky. You can, and then it did like you and I were destiny. I know now. It's like the way it comes in is kind of like I wasn't expecting this. It's a pleasant surprise, but it just caught me off guard. What about you?
I can see what you're saying with that one. You know what I'm saying? Because is like the way how the song was structured is kind of very distinctive compared to like some of the other songs on this record and everything like that too. So I can definitely see where you're coming from when you made that mention about the bridge.
Anything else?
Oh yeah, of course. But yeah, Candlelight definitely another sleeper song on this record, in my personal opinion. You know what I'm saying? I love that beat to it. You know, you had L.A. Reid, Babyface, Dale Simmons, you know, on the production when it came to this track right here. Dale Simmons Definitely a very underrated producer. You know, from like
Mhm.
the if you know '90s R&B, you see his name. He's definitely a very underrated producer. You know, he did "I'm Ready" for Tevin Campbell. He did the Whitney.
Hmm.
Yeah, he did Whitney Houston's "Queen of the Night" too. You know what I'm saying? Crazy thing, he did Johnny Gill, My. He did that one and stuff too. So
Oh, okay.
yes, his resume is pretty deep, in my opinion. So
And the thing about it is that you wouldn't think they were done all by the same producer, but it makes sense. And you know what?
right.
I'm ready is a real like everybody jumped to Can We Talk, but like I'm ready is my song.
Thank you. Thank you.
Like I just I don't know. Like I'm ready just was my song, and I like Can We Talk, but it didn't hit me like I'm ready.
You know what it is, and I always tell Try this. Shout out to Try, by the way. I always tell him this. Ever since that damn I Can We Talk challenge came out,
Yeah.
everyone acts like that's like everyone acts like that's like his only song. You know what I'm saying? Because Tevin he had joint like "Tell Me What You Want Me to Do," "Round and Round."
Tell me.
Hell, if you want to talk about the "I'm Ready" album, the song "Shh," "Always in My
Mhm.
Heart." You know what I'm saying?
Yup. Babyface wrote "Always in My Heart."
Yes, yes, he did.
Babyface wrote that.
Hell,
Yup.
yeah. Hell, if you want to count soundtracks, Powerline, Goofy Movie. Come on now, come
Yeah,
on.
yeah, yeah.
He was that, yeah,
Yes.
Goofy Movie. Come on.
But and let's
Yeah,
not forget that he also did I hope tomorrow will bring a better you, better me. I know that we'll show this world we got more than we can be. Yeah, like hands down. Like he has so many other songs other than Can We Talk. And I know he get annoyed sometimes because he's like, y'all know I got other songs, right? Keep bringing up Can We
right.
Talk. What the hell?
Hell,
Um,
the
but yeah, back to
Back to the
Tony
World.
Braxton. Um, Candlelight definitely was a nice it was a nice what was it? Transition. Because this is a transition song. Because now we're going into number 6, which is Spending My Time with You, and is written by Bowen McArthur, produced by Bowen McArthur, and the length is 4:08. And Spending My Time with You is uh I used to date and never fall in love. Just looking for an experience. Spending my time wasting it foolishly. Exploring my possibilities. But then one day I ran into you. Oh, you gave me feelings I never knew. I like to spend my weekends with you. Oh, and we did it too. Wouldn't that be cool? I think I'm falling in love with you. So I'll be spending my time with you. All right. So that is spending my time with you. And I'm telling y'all, I'm singing them because I can't play them because they're gonna flag my video. So so if I'm doing horribly, just let me know and I'll stop. But spending my time with you, I really this is my song. I love this song. I love performing it. I love the how she talks about how, well, first of all, she's the singer, the songwriters, because I coming from a songwriter standpoint, building to that, building to like telling a story through. They don't do that no more. They don't tell stories with music anymore. This is a story that she's
They
telling. She
don't.
said, "As I used to date and never fall in love, and she used to just be with this person, that person, and then she ran into this guy, and then he gave her feelings she never knew." and like, and now she want to spend every waking moment with him. So yeah, like spending my time with you definitely is I love the storytelling in it. I love the storytelling in it. But then there's like in the second part, and I will point this out. In the lyrics, like you said, you wanted to be serious, so speak to me because I'm curious. Um, I'm curious. Um, to know exactly how you feel inside and feel your sweet body touching mine. So it's like she went from telling the story about meeting the guy to now the second verse is she's actually talking to the guy like, you say you want to be serious. Now, where is this all going to go? So, because I'm really digging you. So that, yeah, 4 minutes and 8 seconds of, orgasmic pleasure to me. So, what you got to say about it, Rich?
Definitely, definitely another favorite of mine in my personal opinion. You know what I'm saying? I admit I don't like this song as much as other songs on this album, especially when it comes to like the second half of this album. You know, more on that later. But it's definitely a nice little vibe. I'll give it that.
Okay. All right. So we're going to go to number 7.
Yeah, we're going to go to number 7.
Lucky number 7. Love Should Have Brought You Home. Written by Babyface Simmons, Bo Watson, and producers were Reed, Babyface, and Simmons. It was 4 minutes 56 seconds, and this song is not only on her debut album but also on the Boomerang soundtrack. This was the song that was actually written for Anita Baker to do.
Yeah.
And Toni Braxton had referenced the song, which if people don't know what reference means, she just kind of like Babyface wrote it. She sang the song how Babyface envisioned it for Anita, and it was supposed to be shopped to Anita and actually help Anita kind of navigate the song how it was supposed to go. But Anita Baker was actually, she was starting a family, or she wanted to spend more time with her family, and she wasn't committing to big projects at the time. And she actually said to Babyface, well, what's wrong with the girl that actually sang the song? She sounds amazing on it. So maybe you should just release that song on the Boomerang soundtrack with her voice on it, because she sounds amazing. And that's what kind of jump started Toni Braxton being out there, because at the time Boomerang was a big movie done with Eddie Murphy, and I think David Allen Greer was in it, and Robin Givens and Eartha Kitt, all these different people, even who else was in it? But they had like a short part in it. I don't know. I'll figure it out later. I think it was Chris Rock. Halle Berry. Oh, Halle Berry was in it. That was her. I think that was her first movie.
One of her first movies.
And that was the iconic line that she said. She said, you say you love me, but love should have brought your ass home last night. So definitely this song, y'all know love should have brought you home last night. Should have been with me, should have been right by my side, baby. If you cared anything for me, then all about you to me last night. So that this was really, the first verse was okay, but the second verse really, like, it's like she had more grit in the second verse, because she was like, Gotta hand it to you. You had me there for a while. I'm so in love with you, I couldn't see past your smile. Now I smell the coffee, boy, got a wake up call. Yo, everything like that second verse was like everything for me because it was like, ooh, she digging in his ass right now. Um, so it was kind of like number seven. Like I already was familiar. Like Love Should Have Brought You Home, I was already familiar with it because my dad had the Boomerang soundtrack, so I was already familiar with the song. Um, but I actually learned it, like listened to it when it was on her debut album, and yeah. So I love the song. Uh, what do you think, Reg?
Honestly, another classic song. To be real with you,
Mm,
first of all, the Boomerang soundtrack. That's that's another classic soundtrack right there. You know what I'm saying? So they had that one had all the bangers in that bitch. Second of
mm-hmm.
all, very dope song. I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna be 100% real. I love Anita Baker. Love Anita Baker. Definitely one of my favorites. But I really can't see her in this song, in my opinion. Just me real. I really can't see Anita Baker doing this. I mean, even if she did, it would be good. But at the same time, it was just like this is just something definitely for Tony, in my personal opinion. You know what
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying? So, definitely a highlight when it comes to this song, this album. You know what I'm saying? Definitely a nice song where he just talks about betrayal. Excuse me, betrayal and heartbreak. So I love this record. Classic.
All right. So we're going to jump to number 8. And Cruz said, Seven Whole Days, Love Affair, and I Belong to You is my favorite songs, or are his favorite songs on the album. Um, and so number 8, this is for you, Cruz. I Belong to You, written by Vassal Benford and Ronald Spearman, and it was produced by Benford. And it's 3 minutes 50 yeah, 3 minutes 53 seconds long. Um, I belong to you. Upbeat song. Um, like it was really like it definitely take you back to the 90s, like how it started off with the dun, 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 like the way it started off. It definitely takes you back to the 90s. And then she's like, uh I, I belong to you. Mm-mm. And you belong to me. You belong to me. Boy, I belong to you. Ooh, the love we share comes naturally. I used to think I knew love before I met you. You love my defense down, baby. Yeah. I let you in to my heart, and you are true loving me. Yeah. So that part, that line right there, I let you into my heart, and you unlocked true love in me. What? Like on a songwriter's perspective of it all, awesome songwriting in this song. Oh my gosh. Like, and then here's another thing with the bridge in it. So what to find true love, babe? Don't I live without you? I know this love is forever, 'cause it shows in that little thing. And that last line, you really gotta know the words there, or you're going to fuck up. but it shows in everything. It shows in every little thing. Always always find a way to see love through, or something like that. Always find a way to see love through. I think that's when she said, listen, I don't mess with that part. Once we get to that part, I'm like, no, 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 no. Or you can even say, hey, but that joint, it was good that because I think the other, I think that was the first upbeat song on the album.
It really was.
Because I'm looking at all the other ones, and they had like a either jazzy type feel, or oh no, spending my time with you was also fast. So spending my time with you was a upbeat song on there. But then I Belong to You was even more upbeat, like, but she never really did like dance songs on this album. This was purely R&B type feel to it. It wasn't a lot of let's get up and dance. And I think I know why, because Toni, I love her so much, but she's not much of a dancer. She didn't start like further along in her career. I guess she figured like, well, the new people that's coming in, they're like dancing and stuff like that. That's why you had like he wasn't man enough and the little dance breaks, and he wasn't man enough and all that stuff. But this first album was definitely not like she had to do much of any type of dancing. It was purely vocals. And I Belong to You was I love that song. I love this song too. He said, I love the I Belong to You roller skate mix. All right, Reg, what you think? What are you doing right now? Are you working at the same time you're on this with me?
I was handling some personal shit. That's all I'm gonna say.
Oh, like, okay.
Yeah,
because you look mad, like you look disgruntled over there. That's why
my laptop was bullshitting, and I had to resave a lot of work and stuff like that too. So that's why that whole laptop thing just got me a little tight. I'm fine now. Trust me, I'm fine now. Just another day. But I Belong to You, like you said, this is going to be like the most upbeat song on this album in comparison to a lot of the songs, because a lot of the songs definitely has like a more mid-tempo or more like sultry kind of feel to it. You know what I'm saying? This is like a very close to, I'm not going to say New Jack Swing, because by 93, New Jack Swing was kind of on its way out. Mm-hmm. Yeah, on its way out. Mary J. Blige came out, and then of course R. Kelly's 12 Play. Even though like 93, 94, you had like some splashes here and there, this is clearly just an upbeat kind of contemporary R&B song, which I definitely fuck with when it comes to this album and the song. I felt like the beat definitely had a more, how could I put this? I would say like a more radio friendly kind of feel to it too. So this was just a right choice for a single, but at the same time, since it's not written by Babyface compared to other singles like Breathe Again and 7 Whole Days, it kind of gets in the sidelined a little bit. You know what I'm
saying? I feel you on that, because it's definitely one of my favorites on this album, but it doesn't get the critical acclaim that the other ones do. So I do feel you on that one. So we're gonna jump to number 9. Number 9 is How Many Ways, and it was written by so many different people. But let's jump into it. Vincent Herbert, Toni Braxton, she had a hand in this. Ben Garrison, Noel Goring, Keith Miller, Philip Field, and Anthony Beard. The producer was Vincent Herbert, and the length was 4 minutes 45 seconds. So How Many Ways? So I actually performed this at an R&B. What is it called? I don't want to say R&B mix, but it's called Black Nights, and it's R&B. and we is BLAQQ, and I was out in Chester, and I actually had to perform there again this Saturday. So I was asked to perform again, and I was like, oh, I guess I could do it. So how many ways when I performed that song, people were going crazy. Um, Even a couple got up and they started dancing to How Many Ways. Um, it's definitely a love song. As opposed to the next one we're going to go through that everybody think is a love song, but it's really not. But How Many Ways? uh, you must have been heaven sent to me, because I never knew love like this.
Hey,
No, you made me feel so good inside, and boys, feelings I just can't hide. Now maybe my words can't express my gratitude for each and every little thing you do. Oh yeah, I want you to understand you're all the man that I love, and I know that I need, and I want and more. Baby, let me count the ways. So that's How Many Ways. So How Many Ways? Um, when I say wordy, it was very wordy, but it's definitely one of my favorite songs. Um, let me see. It's just like the breakdown, just the vocals on it was absolutely amazing. The songwriting in it was awesome. And I can understand how I could see how they had like a lot of different hands in it, because even like that change from the first part to like the fallen, well, I don't know if it's called the fallen part, but it's kind of like the part that leads into the hook. It is a different feel. Even when you're singing, when I'm singing it, it is a different feel. Like this was not done by the same, like it wasn't written by the same person.
right.
You know, I feel that. Because I have to change my mouth and my position and everything when I start doing that second part of the verse to go into the hook. But I love and then also was this the one that had the amazing ad libs, or did we already pass it?
Which ad lib you talking about?
It's one's no, it was Spending My Time With You, where she had the ad lib at the end. It is a part, it's the last part that she doing there, that ad lib. But there's another song that is like, oh, maybe it was 7 Whole Days. 7 Whole Days had a lot of ad lib. Oh yeah, that's why it was so long, because it had like this ad lib part in there that I love. But we're not going to go backwards. We're going to go forward. So How Many Ways? Definitely How Many Ways. I love everything about How Many Ways, especially the ending part where she actually counts off how many ways she loves her man. And yeah, chef's kiss.
Gotcha.
What?
You said what?
I said what? Why are you laughing at me?
I'm just smiling. I'm just smiling and just listening to what you're saying. Trust me. How many ways? How many ways, man? This again another very, very, very dope song in my personal opinion. You know what I'm saying? I love that intro, like how many ways. I love that little intro that she was doing. You know what I'm saying? But I prefer the R. Kelly remix to this song. You know what I'm saying? Yes.
What?
You never heard the R. Kelly remix?
No.
Oh my God. I have to send this to you. Hold on. Hold on. Let me
Yeah,
tell
send
you.
it to me so I can listen to it. Cause
Yes.
like
R.
she's
Kelly
still
and the
singing
remix.
on it, but he's like singing on it too.
No, the beat is like a more, it has like an ad lib on the beat. It has like a more Jeep R&B kind of feel to it. You know what I'm saying? You know, definitely heavy on the bass. You know what I'm saying? So,
Mm.
yes, and you know R. Kelly, like the remixes he was doing at that time too. He did so many dope remixes, like Janet Jackson's "Anytime, Any Place" remix. Love that remix as well too. So, uh,
Really? I gotta look
yes,
up
like
R. Kelly's remix joint.
oh my God, yes. Like say what you want to say about Kells though, but at that time he was just on his A game at that time. So I'll give him that. You know what I'm saying?
You know, not taking away from him as an artist. I mean, uh, whenever I refer to R. Kelly, I refer to the artist R. Kelly. I'm not referring to, you know, Robert and what he does. You know, I'm gonna just focus on the music when it comes to him. I'm one of those people that can actually separate the craft from the character. Um, but you know, because there's people that are like, how you gonna play R. Kelly? Because like, tell me you wasn't just over there doing, you know, the step, side to side, round and round, hit the deck. You was
Yeah,
just over there. You want to move so bad, but you're like, no, I can't because R. Kelly is a horrible person. Like music moves you. You get what I'm saying?
exactly.
Uh, but some people are
Like
just
I was
weird.
like honestly, if they go to a fucking club right now, and I kid you not, whenever you hear my mind is telling me no, everyone's gonna go fucking crazy. Whenever you hear, let me hear a toot toot, let me hear a beep beep, it's like, here's my thing. If niggas can still listen to all these like rock artists that be doing horrific crimes and shit like that, y'all motherfuckers can listen to Kells. That's all I'm saying. To separate the
Exactly.
art from the music.
Because as
Like
soon as
some of
y'all
my
hear
favorite rock artists.
Fiesta, Fiesta, in a club, in a
Yes,
club, in a club, they be
exactly.
ready. They be ready.
They be
But
ready.
I don't know.
They be ready.
People weird. They be weird. So we good on 9. We're moving on to 10.
Yes, yes, I'm ready.
All right. So technically,
Yes,
these are the
yes.
last 2 songs, but there is number 12, and there's a very short snippet. But number 10 is "You Mean the World to Me." You mean the world to me. Remember that I remember that video very vividly. I think that one was the one that had Shamar Moore in it with Tony Braxton.
Oh, yeah.
I
Mouth.
think that was it. Yeah. 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 It was Shamar Moore. And "You Mean the World to Me." This is what makes this song so funny. Cause so many people think that this is a love song, and Toni has done so many interviews where she talks about how people will ask her, celebrities will ask her if she can sing "You Mean the World to Me" um at their weddings, and that's not a wedding song. It's not a
It's
wedding
not.
song. Um she starts off by saying, if you could give me one good reason why I should believe you, believe in all the things that you tell, I would sure like to believe you. My heart wants to receive you, just to make me know that you are sincere. You know I love for you to leave me and follow through completely. So won't you give me all I ask for? And if you
Hey,
give your very best to bring me happiness, I'll show you just how much I adore you. So this is definitely a song about like one-sided love. Like I love you, you mean the world to me, but you doing some freaked up stuff, and I need you to tell me, you know, you're not gonna do that no more. And it was written by Reed Babyface and Daryl Simmons, also produced by Reed Babyface Simmons. And it's 4 minutes 53 seconds, and it's definitely a roller coaster ride. In the words of the song, not the Now Toni killed this song. Okay, killed the song vocally. All right. But this song has always been the song that everybody gets confused. Like they see the title and they think, oh, yeah, you mean the world to me. But when you really delve in and you read the lyrics, you're like, um, yeah, this guy not a good guy.
he's an asshole.
He's an asshole. He's a fuck nigga. Like, and we over here. She really wasted her time with this dude and trying to make her love him. I mean, make him love her. And it's just like, honey, if you wanted it to be that way, it would be that way. Obviously, he's not that into you. But it's so beautifully written and so beautifully sang, and the production is just off the charts that people forget that it's actually like a Dear John. I don't want to say Dear John letter because that's not the right terminology for it, but it's just pretty much like an ultimatum song. Like, get your shit together, I'm leaving. You still mean the world to
Oh
me,
yeah.
but straighten your shit up.
Like, get your shit and get out.
But
But yeah,
what you got to say
and that's
about it?
one thing I love. That's one. Oh, go. Oh, okay.
No, go ahead. No, I'll
That's
say
one thing
go
I love
ahead.
about. Okay, got you. That's one thing I love about R&B back in the day. Sometimes they be having so much subtle messages that you have. They try to trick you saying, "Oh, it's a sweet song." You know what I'm saying? It's a sweet ass song and shit like that. But at the same time, it's like if you listen to the lyrics, it's telling an entirely different story. So that's one of the main reasons why. Who wrote this? Do you mean the world? Of course, yeah, Babyface, L.A. Reid. That's one of the main reasons why I love Babyface's songwriting because his songwriting definitely reaches all aspects when it comes to like a relationship, love. You know what I'm saying? Heartbreak, even too. And this is when Babyface. I'm not going to say at his prime because the man is still in his prime. I'm going to be 100% real, but when he was like during like the 90s, like when he was writing for people like Toni, and I would even also say Tevin too. You know what I'm saying? So
Mhm.
definitely a lot of complexities when it comes to his songwriting, which is one I think I love.
Absolutely, absolutely. Let me just delve into this. So I just want to just remind you, mofos out there, that's like, I want this sang at my wedding. This is not a wedding song.
No,
Do
no, no.
not listen. If a dude says, I want you to sing "You Mean the World to Me" to my wife, he's already trying to find a way out of that marriage. All right.
Exactly.
Because it's like, here you go, like the second verse is like, and I'm just gonna read it. He says, now it's gonna take some working, but I believe you're worth it. Long as your intentions are good. And there is just one way to show it. And boy, I hope you know it. That no one could love you like I could. Lord knows I want to trust you. And oh, baby, how I love you. But I'm not sure if love is enough. And I will not be forsaken. And I hope there's no mistaking. So tell me that you'll always be true. And then, like, knowing that he's a liar, knowing that you can't trust him, why would you have him tell you that he's going to be true? Because he's probably just lying about that he's going to be true. So yeah,
Right.
this is definitely a song about the woman loving the man, or even if it's from a man's point of view to a woman, it's about one-sided love. So do not have this saying at your wedding. If I come to your wedding and that song starts up, I'm going to come up there and punch you both in the throats because y'all did not do y'all research. And that's all I'm going to say about this song. I still love the song. Still love the song though, but I'll just let you know it is not a wedding song. All right, now we're going to go into our last song. Well, actually, it's Best Friend and then Breathe Again, the reprise, but that's just kind of like a short little snippet of Breathe Again. And I think it's like the end of it, but it's like with no music or acapella or something like that.
Right.
But number 11 is Best Friend, and Best Friend is written by Toni Braxton and Vance Taylor, and is produced by Ernesto Phillips and Braxton. So that one is oh, I remember on the 4th of July. That's when I learned it was true. The stories of taboo. How could you do it if your love was true? I still want to be in my life and make no sacrifice. Now you come and tell me that you're really sorry and ask to be in my life again. Oh no, there's no way to begin to start love over. Oh no, love making will never be here tonight. Oh, don't you say I'll come crying on my shoulder. Should have thought about the consequences then. You and my best friend. So, Best Friend is definitely about a man stepping out. So that's why You Mean the World to Me is a good way to lead into that, because he's still, after promising he was going to be true, he still turned around and screwed her best friend. So, he screwed her best friend, and she's pretty much telling him, listen, you ain't going to come in here and try to apologize and try to smooth things over, because you should have known you messed up when you slept with my best friend. And then I was thinking, like, her friend dirty, but coming from the songwriter's point of view, reading the words and just like, and then it's like, then she found out. And you know what's crazy? Like, Best Friend to me is like My Man by Tamar. But Tamar is My Man came out after Best Friend, of course, because Best Friend dropped in 1993. But Tamar's song, My Man, is a similar situation. But she was talking about Tamar was talking about how her dad cheated on her mom. And that's crazy because I just talked about how Beyonce's dad cheated on her mom and had a whole baby outside of it. But that's neither here nor there. But my man, Tamar was like, she said, what she say in that song? She said, now mind you, I'm a fan of Tamar too, but she a little high for me. She's a little like in range. But she said, oh my gosh, my man, I can't even think of it right now. Like, hmm. Oh, oh, you let me down. I am so confused. I stood right by your side through everything that you went through. Why is she around? Why are you so cruel? How could you just turn your back when I stood by you? Yeah. So it's kind of like the same type of premise to it. So it's both about some trifling heifer that comes in and pretends to be like a friend and then ends up sleeping with the man, your man. So, but I mean, but best friend, but see, while Tamar is just describing what happened, Toni is describing what happened, but she's having a conversation with this guy. So, but it's the same thing. Anyway, it's 4 minutes. 4 minutes, 28 seconds. I think I said that. What did you think about Best Friend? I'm sorry, Best Friend. What you think about Best Friend?
It's a nice way. It's a nice way to end up the album. You know what I'm saying? Very dope way to end up this album. I just personally felt like, even though I feel like it's a nice way to end up the album, I would have mind seeing this song a little higher up. But in a weird way, also kind of reminds me a little bit of the Brandy song "Best Friend." Keyword just a little bit. Just how they use like the word "best friend" and shit like that. Because that one from the self-titled album was another dope song right there too. I don't know if you ever heard Brandy's first album. I don't know if you ever heard that joint.
But I heard Best Friend and is it two Best Friends that she did? Because the one I'm thinking is, don't know what I cannot do without you from the beginning to the end. Always been here from the start. But that's not the same type of,
in a weird way. Yeah.
It's not the same thing. Y'all put in the comments, is that the same thing? Brandy's best friend and Toni Braxton's best friend. It ain't the same thing. Brandy talk about how she like, you my best friend, like we cool. Like she even had her brother in the video. Like that was her best friend back then. It's not the same, Reg. Don't do that. Don't do that. They just got the same title.
I mean, like how they use a best friend in a situation. That's what I'm trying to say. But I see what you're saying too. Don't get me wrong.
Dartmouth said, I think so. Are you just saying that to troll me? Don't do that, Dartmouth. Don't do that. Don't do that. Cruz said, I don't know. It's not the same. It's not the same concept. It's two different concepts.
Facts.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I was like, how did he think of that one? Like, I brought up my man.
You right. I'm tripping.
Are you tired, Reg? Reg is tired.
No,
that's what it is.
I be staying up literally all night. I'm just. Don't worry about it. I thought I was gonna make a good point, but I fucked up that point. Fuck it.
But it's cool. It's cool because Best Friend I agree. I do agree that Best Friend is a good way to end it up. I mean, they did put Breathe Again on there, like as the 12th track. I think that was overkill. I will say this. That was overkill to put Best Friend, like that little snippet at the end. It was off. Like it was like, why did y'all put this at the end? I would have liked Best Friend to end off the album. I don't know if they just wanted 12 cuts on the album and they wanted to make that 12th cut. And they said we just give you a little snippet. But I think Best Friend is good to go back into if you had it on a loop. You had it on a loop, and then Best Friend goes into another sad love song. Because then you know why she's singing another sad love song, because they broke up because he slept with her best friend after she just told him, be true and all this stuff. And then I just told you how many ways I love you and that I belong to you. But love should have brought you home that night because I was spending all my time with you by the candlelight. But you ain't had a love affair. Now it's been 7 whole days that I ain't seen you. And I just want to breathe again, nigga. So
Hilarious.
But yeah. So real quick, Give You My Heart, the Madball mix. I don't know about the Madball mix. I do know about the original song. So I don't know if it's the same thing. But Give You My Heart is an awesome track. It is it says on here the length is 6 minutes and 11 seconds. I don't think it's that long. The original one is that long. But I always love when Babyface and Toni Braxton do when they do collabs, when they sing together, when they do duets. Because their voices complement each other so well. And especially when Toni did How Could an Angel Break My Heart? Excuse me. And they did like a counter, I don't know what it's called, but it's like on the second verse when she sings her part and then he does his part and then she sings her part and he does his part. And I think he wrote the song. So I just think that they're a great team. I think that Beyonce, why Beyonce got on my brain? I think that
that's the power of
Toni
Beyonce,
Braxton
man.
and Babyface. Toni Braxton and Babyface are a good team when it comes to collabing with each other, singing with each other. Babyface writes and Toni Braxton sings. And it's always been like magic every time they come together. Even on the Love, Marriage, and Divorce album, that was just like,
Ooh.
Yeah, it was definitely, it overwhelmed my senses because like I'm used to them doing stuff sporadically with each other, and then for them to do a whole album of them two together, it was just like, this is definitely an overload for me. I can't listen to this whole thing in one sitting. I'm getting too hyped. It was too much. But and then on the Spanish edition, they have 14 tracks, and the 14th track is "Breathe Again," the Spanish version. So they have a Spanish version of "Breathe Again," just like they have I believe a French version of or is it a Spanish version? There's a Spanish and a French version of "Unbreak My Heart."
Yeah, I'm aware of the Spanish version of. I never knew there was a French version.
I think I knew about the French version first before the Spanish version.
Honestly, to be real with you, I never really cared for "Break My Heart" like that anyway. So,
you want to know a fun fact about "Unbreak My Heart"?
what?
So the video. In that video, she had leading man. Oh my gosh. Let me look it up real quick. Just talk and I'll find it. Break my heart.
Yeah, like
What's his
that
name?
Secrets album, I like and I dislike the Secrets album. To be real with you.
Break my heart video. Tyson Beckford. All right, so she had Tyson Beckford in
Oh,
the video, and while they were filming, there's a part on there on the video where she's like shaving him.
hmm
So he was like, "No," he said, "I hope." He said, "I hope that you're removing the blades from the shaver because my face makes my money."
that's what Tyson said.
So that
Man,
scene where she's like shaving him, she's not really shaving him because there's no blades on the shaver because he didn't want his face to get messed up, them playing around and him, you know.
that's as funny as Kelly Rowland texting Nelly on Microsoft Excel and
Shut
shit.
up. I just saw that. And you know what's crazy? I didn't
What's
even
up?
notice it. I didn't even notice it because sometimes you don't. I didn't pay attention to the whole video. I was just when the song came on, I just be singing and dancing and stuff like that. I wouldn't even really be watching the video. But it's just crazy how they just pointing all this stuff out. And I said, don't mess up my childhood, okay? Don't tell me about certain things that I don't want to hear about. I don't want to know. I don't want to see it. Okay. If I ain't see it back then, it wasn't meant for me to see it. Don't
Right.
be doing all this crap now. Like people like, oh, I just noticed that on the Wiz, Michael Jackson has a Reese's peanut butter cup wrapper on
Yo,
for a nose. And I'm like, y'all just now realizing it, but just stop it. Just stop. Just stop.
social
Just
media, man.
stop.
I'm telling you, social media.
These Gen Zs, they're like, I didn't even know. I didn't even know this. I was today years old when I realized.
You know what's funny though? I was on Facebook last night, and it was the anniversary of when LL Cool J dropped "I Need Love," and this girl said, "I didn't know LL Cool J was a rapper." I was like, I had the Steve Harvey, the Steve Harvey face and shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, and Whitney said the children of the future.
Your, your parents failed you, my child. Your
Oh
parents
my god.
really failed you. Like they never played doing it and doing it and doing it. Wow, doing it. Like never played. Mama said, "Knock you wow." Like, but
They never
let's be
they never
fair.
played they never played Around the Way Girl.
Around the way, let me say, let's be fair, right? Let's be fair.
hmm
LL Cool J has had so many phases in his life that I can see how that can happen. I can see how that can happen. He was a rapper, right? He was a
Right.
rapper, and he even had different phases in his rapping.
He did.
He had so many different phases. It's like what LL Cool J are we going to get this? If somebody say pick an LL Cool J, pick an LL Cool J from whatever time period you want to pick it from, and that's the LL Cool J you get to spend a day with. Like, which LL Cool J would you pick? Would you pick the 80s LL Cool J? Would you pick the early 90s LL Cool J? Would you pick the In the House LL Cool J? Would you pick
Mm.
the Blue Streak LL? Like
Ooh.
which one? Not Blue Streak. What's it
Into
had
Deep.
blue in the title?
You
What
talking
is it
about Into
called?
Deep?
In Too Deep. I'm sorry. In Too Deep. Which one are you gonna pick? Are you gonna pick the NCIS LL Cool J? Because that's probably what they know him from NCIS. They probably don't even know all the they probably don't even know that he was on In the House with Kim Waynes and Alfonso Ribeiro Carlton from off of motherfucking Fresh Prince of Bel-Air and smoked out, cracked out Maya Campbell. Like they probably don't even know. I'm sorry.
And I thought I was ruthless. God damn.
Listen. Listen, some people don't even realize that Debbie Allen was on the show in the first season.
They don't realize that show was on NBC before it went to UPN.
And that Maya's character had a whole brother. Because they don't even mention that in the later seasons. Kind of like Judy Winslow, who became a porn star.
He was a boring character, to be real with you.
He really was. He really was. It was like, what are you adding to this? He's a mama's boy, and it was just a lot going on. But I think the cast, when they added Kim Waynes and Alfonso Ribeiro, that's when it really started picking up and getting somewhat interesting, I think, in the house. My favorite scene will still be, and I know it's so wrong, but remember that episode when Kim was on that medicine ball? She was on the big ball, and because they had a gym.
Yeah.
And she was on the ball, and she was like sitting on it, and she was going up and down, and then it popped underneath of her. And I was like,
I know what you're talking about.
Oh my gosh. Because I don't like balloons popping around me, period. But can you imagine like sitting on a big ass medicine ball and that shit just pop under your ass? Oh no. I'd be in pain, honey. And not a good pain. I like my butt to hurt, but not like that. But look, listen. Don't worry, I'm gonna edit that out. It is what it is at this moment. But yeah. So LL Cool J, like I said, he has a lot of like different looks and different phases in his life that I'm not really mad at. That I'm mad that she didn't know he was a rapper, period. Like if she would have said, "Oh, I didn't know he did this song," then okay, yeah, okay. Yeah. But when you say I didn't know he was a rapper, like who is your parents? Who don't have to smack? Like they obviously they failed you, my child. They failed you miserably.
But they know every lyric to Lil Uzi Vert and shit like that, right?
Well, when most of it is,
like
I'm sorry, when I hear the beginning of that song, when I hear the beginning of I Just Want to Rock, I'm sorry, I get I got PTSD because that reminds me of the sound we used to listen to when we used to wait for the AOL to load up. I'm sorry. That's what it sounded like to me. When you had to wait for it to dial up and stuff, and you had to, and they went, that's what I think of when that joke come on.
I swear to God, that's hilarious. See, now when I think of AOL, I'm going to think of that shit now.
But let's see. That was pretty much what I wanted to go through with you, Reg. I appreciate you for jumping on here with me and reviewing the lovely Toni Braxton self-titled album, debut album, Toni Braxton, with 12 cuts, 53 minutes, 18 seconds of orgasmic pleasure. So, before we go, I have this. But do you have any words for the people out there, Reg, before we wrap it up?
Absolutely. So tomorrow at midnight, me and Tribe are going to talk about Larry June's recent album with Alchemist, I think called The Great Escape. Definitely tune into that. And we also got some good reviews coming up soon too. We got Alvin and the Chipmunks, the cartoon series breakdown Thursday as well too. Got a lot of interesting shit as well. We're gonna talk about the Carters Everything Is Love album and Wednesday as well too. So yes, stay tuned on all that shit, you know. Also, shout out to Think Different TV. Y'all make sure y'all subscribe to Think Different TV as well too. You know what I'm saying? Lashia.
Yes.
I got it right. I got it right. Yeah, so
I may not be her yet, but I am she. I am she. I'm not a thing.
yeah.
I'm a she.
Don't be surprised if we got a song in the works coming soon. Don't be surprised because Homegirl's vocals, Homegirl was singing Lily this whole review and shit. I was getting ready. You know, she was just dropping them fucking notes on y'all asses and shit.
Well, I do appreciate you, good sir. Reg is also an amazing artist himself, so make sure y'all check him out. Make sure y'all like, subscribe, share, and hit that notification bell on both of our YouTube channels, Reg Reviews and Think Different TV, so you don't miss out on any exclusive interviews or anything that we have popping up, because we just be popping up. But real quick before we go, I do want to do this. I am on the radio in Salisbury, Maryland, 97.5 FM. Shout out to It's Yours Radio with host Donnie O. I do my own segment on there called In My Opinion with Think Different TV's Lashia. You can listen in on live975.com. And it's a good time. It's a good time. Where I go from 5:15 to 5:30. Sometimes it runs a little bit over, but it's a real quick segment. So if you want to tune into that, also Think Different TVs every Monday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, 6 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, and 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Shout out to my TDTV fam all over the country, my Think Different TV fam. And shout out to my sponsor, Euphoria Water, which is the cleanest, healthiest water in Philly. Alkaline water with minerals, no chemicals, no additives. You can check them out on IG under Euphoria Water. Or if you live in the Philadelphia area and want to deliver to your home, you can call 267-707-8279. And what else did I want to go through? Okay. So that's pretty much it on the advertisement side, but Toni, this is for you. I love you so much. You are someone who I look up to. You are definitely an icon, and I'm so happy for you because, guys, 2024 is going to be a crazy year because of this.
And Queen of R&B, Toni Braxton. Congrats.
I'm so excited. I just got back from the gym. I heard the news. I finally a star on the Walk of Fame. I want to thank the Hollywood Chambers board of directors for considering me and honoring me. Such a fantastic class. Oh my God, the class totally rocks. I'm just so proud. I'm proud of myself. I don't know what to say right now. I'm a little bit overwhelmed. Just thank you guys so much for everything. My fans, thank you guys for all the love. 30-something years. 30th is my 30th year in the business. So next year is the 30th year in the business. Wow, I'm overwhelmed. Thank you guys so much for thinking of me. I love you.
And we love you too, Toni. Love you so much. And that wraps up TDTV and Reg Reviews exclusive review. We're going to be doing more of these. Our first one was the BET review, and this was definitely a great sophomore review. And I hope to do more reviews, R&B music reviews with you. We got to talk about Glenn Lewis, and then we got to talk about Eric Benet and why Reg hates him so much. But definitely want to I'm going to put this out in the atmosphere. Glenn Lewis's second album I really want us to review because he has some really, really great tracks on that second album. Oh my gosh. I agree. Glenn Lewis, his voice is like a cool sip of water on a hot summer's day. It's like just amazing. And he's very his person, I want to say, because mine is Toni, but his person is definitely Stevie Wonder. You can hear a lot of Stevie Wonder's influence in his vocals and in his songwriting even. So we're going to definitely be doing that. I don't know when, but it'll probably be late at night when I should be in bed because I'm an old person. And I can't wait to take this wig off when I get offline. Crap, did I say that out loud? Out loud?
I didn't hear nothing. I didn't hear nothing.
I could go to bed. But I appreciate each and every one of you that have tuned in. Dartmouth, Cruz, who else we have on here? There's a lot of Ray Sean. Shout out to geez, y'all was in here deep. Y'all was commenting up a storm. Q Smooth, Mike from Mike's Movie Corner and Rants, Christian.
Subscribe to him.
I want to thank all of you guys for tuning in tonight. And I hope y'all tune in to us more. All right. Thank you guys.
All right. Y'all
Reg, say bye.
So much. Bye-bye. Peace.
Say bye, Reg. Jeez.
Think Different TV. Live every Monday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Hosted by me, your girl Ashia. Join me as I discuss social topics, spotlight independent artists, and share financial tips. Join the conversation. I want to hear what you have to say. Think Different TV, where minds meet.
You're the reason I